So this is a topic I'm quite excited to talk about, and I've been wanting to talk about it for some time. So I'm excited to bring it to you guys finally today, and that is my favourite debut albums. So hello, and yes, welcome back to another video, guys. Now yes, today we're going to be going over my favourite debut albums. So yeah, in this video, they're not in any particular order. I've pulled them out alphabetically and we're going to work our way backwards. These are just my personal favourite debut albums. These are albums I've heard. There's some very famous ones which are going to be left off this list. The reason they're not in this list is because either I don't own them, haven't heard them, or I don't agree with them. So what I've done is, the way I look at it is for these to be great debut albums, I look at it as albums which really got the band going, ones which really made the band come out the floodgates with excitement. So it's really cool. I've just missed one album, actually. I'm just going to quickly pull it out now. I just thought of it while I was talking. Okay, cool. So anyway, I've got a big pile here of records. I'm just going to put this one here as well. So yeah, we're going to work our way backwards. So yeah, as I say, if you don't agree with anything in this list, guys, remember, it is just my opinion. So yeah, we'll get started. We'll get started now, shall we? So the first album I want to talk about is My Generation by The Who. What are you doing, Buzz? You guys ain't seen Buzz since the video. Look at him. What are you doing? He's having some food. He's my new little mascot for the channel, little Buzz. He's settling very well, by the way, guys, because the vlog video where I got him, I filmed that about 3-4 weeks ago. He's settled in very well. He's doing very well, aren't you, boy? Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I'm going well off topic again. So yeah, My Generation by The Who is the first album I want to talk about. This is not The Who's best album. The Who had a classic period from Tommy to Who's Next to Quadrophenia. But out of all their other material, this is probably my favourite Who album because it's just so fun and energetic. I mean, the title track is incredible. The Kids Are Alright is also amazing. I Don't Mind's great. It's a really fun rock and roll album. I'm not the biggest Who fan. I mean, I quite like they're a good band, very good band. But I'm not like a die-hard Who fan. But I don't want to hear one of the classic 3 Who albums, and I just want to have fun listening to The Who. This is generally the album I go to. It's a good album. It's a really exciting one. And out of the early British invasion, out of, like the Beatles, the Stones, the Kinks, the Who, all of those classic rock bands from the early 60s to come out of Britain, the Who had the best debut, I believe. So yeah, fantastic. Now this band is a bit unfair to talk about because they only had 3 proper albums, and all 3 of them were amazing. Tears for Fears, this is The Hurting. So it's a very, very deep album. A lot of the stuff on this album is very... the meaning behind a lot of the songs is very depressing. It's a very emotional album. But at the same time, they built it up with some very fun, catchy tunes. And it really is... If you don't look into the lyrics, of course, because if you look into the lyrics, it is very deep and dark. But it is a very good album, very fun at times as well. That's why this album works so well. It has a lot on it. It has a lot of emotion on it, from sad and just... making you feel like shit, to making you feel happy at the same time. This album does a lot, and it's really good, and I absolutely adore Tears for Fears. Fantastic band, and yeah, great start to a great career there for them. A very short one, unfortunately, but hey, we might get another album from them yet. Easy choice, easy peasy choice. The Police, their debut album. I mean, things with the Police. I really like the Police, and I love Synchronicity, and it's hard to put this one above Synchronicity, but I think I do actually prefer this album to Synchronicity, because you've got songs like Next to You, So Lonely, Roxanne, Can't Stand Losing You, and Be My Girl, which are all absolutely fantastic songs. This is a great album, guys. It is outstanding. I remember playing this a lot with my granddad. My granddad used to be a big Police fan. What a record. What a record. This is a fantastic record. Next album up, I believe that this artist went on to do a lot better in the early 90s, but well, late 80s, early 90s, 89, and I think 92 was Wildflowers. There you go, you guys know who it is now. But they were under his solo name. So in terms of him, I count his solo career and his Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers as one thing. But this is generally, after Damn the Torpedoes and maybe Southern Accents, this is probably the best Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers album from like prior to Full Moon Fever. So I think this is a good debut album. It's a very good one. It gets you very excited about Tom Petty. It got me excited about Tom Petty. This was one of the first Tom Petty albums I bought. I believe it was the second or third one. I absolutely adored it. Rockin' Around is fantastic. Hometown Blues is a personal favourite of mine. Fooled Again is another good one. And of course, American Girl is a classic. You know, I hear that one all the time on the radio now, ever since he sadly passed away. Yeah, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Not that one only just made my list. I can't lie. It's not like the best debut album ever, but I felt I had to put it in this list. It deserves a spot. Next album up, I kind of feel similar to this one as I do with Tears for Fears. This guy's only had 3 albums. All 3 of them have been absolutely amazing. But his debut actually probably is my favourite. This is probably my favourite album from this guy. And that is Noel Gallagher. Yeah, Noel Gallagher. Ever since when he left Oasis, you know, I wasn't an Oasis fan when this album came out. When did this come out? This was 2011. So I was only really just getting into music back then. That was when I was at the wee age of... How old would I have been? 12? 13, I think? 13? 14, maybe 13, 14. So I was just getting into music then. I wasn't taking it too seriously. I was like just listening to Madness and the Beatles back then. So yeah, I didn't really know about Oasis and I didn't know about Noel Gallagher. But I can imagine back then it was probably like, okay, Noel's doing an album. How's this gonna go? Because it was all about Liam back then. He was Oasis. And wow, what a cracking album. It is fantastic. And I know a lot of people say Chasing Yesterday is Noel's best. And it's almost as good as this for me. But this one is so consistently good. That is my point about this album. From start to finish, it is fantastic. Everybody's on the Run is a great song. The Death of You and Me, a mind-blowing song. One of my favourite songs, period, at the minute. Yeah, just everything on here. Absolutely everything on here is fantastic. I absolutely adore this album. Great debut. And then speaking of Oasis, we have definitely probably my favourite Oasis album. It's between this and of course oh my god, I'm having a proper What's Story Morning Glory? I didn't mess it up. Definitely maybe it's a fantastic album. Every track on here is incredible. Favourite track on here is probably Cigarettes and Alcohol. Although I do like Live Forever a lot because Liam Gallagher performs it live and he's just amazing when he performs it live. But yeah, Oasis, of course, had to be in here. Next one up, this is Belladonna by Stevie Nicks. I'm actually a big Stevie Nicks fan. I really like her solo career. Her solo career became more interesting than what Fleetwood Mac were in the 80s. Which is incredible, really. Yeah, this one has, of course, the title track, Belladonna. Kind of Woman, which is great as well. Stop Dragging My Heart Around with Tom Petty. Edge of 17, which is maybe my favourite Stevie Nicks song. Although I do love I Can't Wait. So many hits on it. Fantastic. What? You want to come join in the video? I'll have him on my shoulder soon in the video. And then of course I mentioned my first 2 bands earlier that I got into. Madness. So yeah, Madness are a great band. I absolutely love them. And their debut, which I have reviewed in full here on YouTube, so feel free to check that out if you want. Yeah, this has One Step Beyond, My Girl, Night Boat to Cairo, The Prince, Tarzan's Nuts, Bed and Breakfast, man. Probably my favourite one on here. Mummy's Boy as well, which I really like. Just incredible album, incredible. And they pay tribute to their hero, Prince Buster, on here. They mix with a lot of different styles. yeah, I'll probably say my favourite on here is My Girl or Bed and Breakfast Band. Just an incredible song. And again, so many good memories of me and my dad listening to this. And this was my dad's exact copy. He used to take this to clubs and parties. So it's really cool that I've still got it and it still plays perfect, which is brilliant. Okay, so I've got a solo Beatle one here which I want to talk about. And that is Plastic Ono Band by Paul McCartney. Yeah, so this is John's best album without a doubt. I mean, I know a lot of people say Imagine, but for me, Imagine's a mixed bag. And then, of course, you get too much Yoko influence for me on the later albums. Although Walls and Bridges is pretty good. And I do enjoy Mind Games, but this one's really good. You know, from the opening track, Mother, all the way through, you get so many different styles and variants of music on this album. And technically the closing track, God, is also one of my favourite John Lennon songs. I absolutely love it. It's raw, it's passionate, and it's just emotional. Fantastic record. Okay, so the next two albums up are the best debut albums I have to show. These two albums, I strongly believe, are the best debut albums I've come across in my music listening life so far. Led Zeppelin. Simply titled Led Zeppelin. This is, without a doubt, the best debut album of all time, with the next album, in my opinion. Opens up with a classic rocking song, which really reminds you of the British invasion. Good Times, Bad Times. Buzz. And then you get Baby I'm Gonna Leave You. You Shook Me. Dazed and Confused. What a song. Black Mountainside. Buzz. Communication Breakdown is also fantastic. Yeah. What a record. What a record. Okay, so the next album up, which I also strongly believe is possibly the best debut album of all time. Keane, Hopes and Fears. Not a bad song on here. Not bad. I've just literally, my last video was me reviewing this one in full detail. Or it might be the one being uploaded straight after this video. I'm not sure. I filmed it, I know that. I just haven't uploaded it yet. Somewhere Only We Know, Bend and Break, Everybody's Changing, and On a Day Like Today. No, sorry, and This Is the Last Time. They're all incredible songs. Only song on here which I'm not a massive fan of is Untitled One. Other than that, this album is pretty much perfection. Not the biggest fan of this band, but I can't deny their first album is a great album, great first album, and that is Night Visions by Imagine Dragons. Yeah, this one's going to make all my mates very happy. My friend Ryan and my friend Robert both went to just see them live. I can't lie, I was pretty jealous. As I say, I've always said I'm not the biggest fan of this band, but I would still like to see them live. So I hope you guys had a good time. I'm sure you did. Yeah, you got some really good songs on here. Radioactive, which has been... The radio itself has absolutely butchered it, unfortunately, but it is a good song. Demons is a very good song. On Top of the World, I used to like that song. I can see why people do. Every Night is a good one. Bleeding Out's good. Some good stuff on here. Yeah, it's a good debut. I can see why that album excited a lot of people when it came out. Okay, I'm going to do another solo Beatle one. This is the last solo Beatle one. And this is Ringo Starr, All Things Must Pass. Yeah, it's you know, this one's got songs like From Behind That Locked Door, which I absolutely love. The Ballad of Sir Frankie Crisp is my personal favourite on here. And of course you've got My Sweet Lord, All Things Must Pass, Apple Scruffs, Beware of Darkness. This is George's best album. This is the best solo Beatle record. Incredible. Okay, so I could also argue that this is possibly the best debut album of all time, actually. And this is Appetite for Destruction by Guns N' Roses. I've become very familiar with this album over the last year because me and my mates tend to always put either Welcome to the Jungle or Sweet Child of Mine on. Of course. But there's some other masterpieces on here as well. It's So Easy is fantastic. Paradise City is also fantastic. Think About You is great. You're Crazy. Rocket Queen, also great. A really, really good album. Really good. I'm not a massive Guns N' Roses fan, but that is a solid album. Very solid. Okay, next one up. This band has two sides. The side that the band set out to be like, and then the commercial pop side, which isn't as good. Luckily, their debut is what they set out to be like, and that is Coldplay. So they have two sides to them. I always look at it as, and it's their debut. This is Parachutes. Fantastic album. Has possibly their best song on, which is of course Yellow. But it has some other great tracks on as well, like Sparks and Trouble and the title track and Everything's Not Lost. Chris Martin, fantastic vocalist. Buzz. See, I call him out. He starts cleaning himself like, what? Wait, what? I just cleaned you out. Be quiet for like 5 minutes. Bloody bird. Okay, next one up. This is The Kick Inside by Kate Bush. Kate Bush has had a wonderful career. I really don't think she has a bad album. But I had to chuck this album on. I mean, you know, it's got Wuthering Heights on. Has to go on just for that. That's not the only good song on here. Pretty much nearly every other song on here is really good. It's a really, really good debut album. Really good. Okay. This one only just made my list as well. This is Blondie, simply titled Blondie. I figured about it, Blondie do have a few albums which I prefer over this one. This would fall around the middle if I was to rank their albums. But I had to put it on here because it's got Ex-Offenders on here. Little Girl Lies, In the Flesh, even though I actually prefer the remake of In the Flesh, which is on an album of theirs I don't like. I forget what it's called. It's the one with the blue cover. It's also got Man Overboard, Kung Fu Girls, which I like, and The Attack of the Giant Ants. It's a good album. It is a good album. I couldn't leave it off. I can't lie, this album only just made my list as well, which is going to shock people, because I know people are probably just expecting me to put it on here. Please Please Me by the Beatles, because really, if you look at my Beatles ranking, Buzz mate, Buzz. What? When you look at my Beatles ranking, you'll see this isn't too high up, because it's not one of their best. The Beatles' early stuff... Kill the bird. The bird's gonna die. I will donate you to KFC. Just got him shouting. I'm only kidding, by the way, guys. Yeah. This is a good album. It is good. It's not great. It's not a great album. I know that people want to say every Beatles album is great because it's the Beatles. But the Beatles developed as a band around Rubber Soul time, really, and got a lot better, I think. But I'm putting myself back in 1963, and I would have been so pumped when this album came out. That is why it's on this list, because back then, when this album dropped, it must have been incredible. That's why it's on here. I mean, there are some fantastic tracks on here. I Saw Her Standing There is fantastic. I love their cover of Chains. Please Please Me is great. Ask Me Why is great. P.S. I Love You is great. And I also really like their cover of Twist and Shout. So yeah. Okay, one more album. The last album up for me to talk about is my second favourite album from this band, and they've got 5 albums. This is the Arctic Monkeys. So this album is called, hang on, Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not. What an album title. Yeah, I don't dislike any songs on this album. It's a very, very solid album again. Really good. The View from the Afternoon is great. I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor is fantastic. Fantastic song. Dancing Shoes is also great. Still Take You Home is also great. Mardy Bum is a good one. And When the Sun Goes Down is also one I really like. So yeah, really, really good album there. But anyway, that is it, guys. That is it. Just went out focusing. So yeah, those are my personal favourite debut albums, and I've missed some off, like Piper at the Gates of Dawn, which I very nearly included. Jimi Hendrix, of course. There's some albums which I know that people are going to be a bit bummed out that I missed. But as always, guys, it is just my opinion, and at the end of the day, your opinion is just as important, and, you know, the world wouldn't be the same if we all had the same opinions. So, hey, it's good that we all share different things. So, yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Make sure you head over and follow me on Twitter and subscribe to my other channel. Links to both of them are in the description. And from me and Buzz... Little bastard, you ain't gonna do anything now. From me and Buzz, that is it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a message, and I will see you guys next time for another video.
It's my generation.